Hey, are you a single dad dating out there for the very first time? Or maybe it's just been a while since you've gotten out there and perhaps you're just navigating the waters, trying to figure everything out, maybe not sure what your life is going to be like in a year, 3, 5 years from now. Will you ever find love again? Do you ever want to get married? Do you hate women? I don't know. Like a lot of these thoughts and feelings, cross through my mind because I was there. I was there a few years ago, coming off a breakup of a long-term relationship, and not really knowing what the future held in store for me. And I remember experiencing a lot of different things, aside from the fact that I wasn't doing all that well. I mean, I lost a lot of weight, I lost some hair, had some anxiety. I was overworked, putting in too many hours, and all that eventually came to a halt when I realized that I had to make a dramatic shift. And I had to start taking care of myself first and foremost. Before I could be anything good for anybody else, I had to heal, I had to fix myself. And I don't know where you are in your journey specifically, but if you are a single dad who's out there dating, it's very important that you hear me out for just a minute. Stick with me, and I will give you a couple of tangibles. Number one, I believe my story is so relatable. Why? Because I've talked to so many guys and just realized so many commonalities when it comes to these breakups, these family units coming apart, unfortunately. And even for me as a kid, it happened the same thing with my parents being divorced. And it's something that it's not so uncommon in this day and age, but what is also not uncommon is for men to go through this stuff almost entirely alone. And a lot of us, like myself, had support systems in family, siblings, parents, things like that, parents who love and support you, but just unfortunately are not in the same place or have not experienced the same thing that you are. And that's where sort of the bridge cannot be gapped, unfortunately. So it's one of the biggest reasons I do what I do, is because I want to not only help men through my coaching, but also to inspire them and to let them know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that if I can do it, you can as well. Because I was at the lowest point of despair that you can imagine, and through a lot of work and time and patience and support from loved ones, I'm in such a good place right now. In love with my fiance, and we're planning our future, and we're barely just getting started. Our story is just being written, and I'm incredibly grateful. And it's something that I would love for all men to have who have been through what I've been through. Now, I obviously have a bit of life experience and some wisdom based on things that I've gone through. I believe wholeheartedly that what I teach in my academy can help any guy, any age range, in their 20s, 30s, whether you're single, you've been married before, you've been common law, whatever it is, whether you have kids or you don't have kids. That's the reality of it. A lot of what I teach is very practical, and there's transferable skills, and there's a lot of relevance for men in general. But if I am being completely direct, my story often resonates more with the single dads, and guys that are, I was in my mid-30s when I became a single dad. I know a lot of single dads statistically, it's more to the early to mid-40s. Definitely, I've done a little research there with Stats Canada, and I know that statistically speaking, the divorce rates and everything typically happen more in the mid-40s. And it's crazy how there's thousands of men out there going through the same thing, and they're fighting the fight alone and doing it without any support or guidance from somebody who's been in the trenches and come out of it successfully, not only alive, but has been able to build something for themselves. And that's where I'm at right now. And this is 6 years removed from the original, crisis, if you want to put it that way. And having been through all that catharsis and self-healing and building myself up again, like I said, I've been able to come to a good place where I'm at peace with my life. I'm happy with where I am. There's still a lot more that I have to accomplish. I'm excited to get married to the love of my life. And like I said, I'm even happy to share that journey with you. But this is what I do. This is why I'm here to help, because I know how difficult and painful the journey can be. And sometimes just a little steer in the right direction can help us avoid, pitfalls that can cost you months or years. And sometimes it's an attitude, sometimes it's a mindset, or something emotionally that we need to address. But all of the above are important. This is what I do at swagacademy.com. I highly encourage you to check out some of my free training. You will come away with some real valuable, not just information, but just practical advice that you can use in real life and start to see a difference. Firstly in yourself, because it starts inward, and then outward in the results that you'll get out there in the dating world with women, and just the relationships that you're going to be able to build, and hopefully eventually somebody that you'll be able to make a life partner, a best friend, the love of your life, just like I have. So that being said, that's all I wanted to share. My story is on the inside. I'd be happy to share it with you then, but in the meantime, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming by, checking out my videos. I've got lots of content, so feel free to browse around, and I will see you in the next video.